Hey, what's up? How's it going? How you doing? How you doing? How you feeling? Are you flowing? Oh, I'm feeling a little sassy today. I'm excited to share this video with you. I'm always practicing what I teach, so yeah, it's always interesting. It's always good. So, hey, my name is Amanda Gold, and welcome to the inaugural episode of this brand new thing I'm doing called Try It Tuesdays. And it's a weekly video series where I give you a real exercise or tool or practice or visualization or journal prompt or something cool to deal with the things that we face when we are just out there living a kick-ass life. Yeah, I am a sober artist, and I've gone from being a total train wreck to learning how to be a triumphant badass, if I do say so myself. I certainly feel like my life is triumphant and badass often these days, which is rad. So I always have plenty of my own shit to work on, and that's really what motivates me is I do this stuff myself, and then I'm like, ooh, maybe I can help someone else who was suffering the same way I was suffering. So I'm eager to help others and share what's working for me. I am also a coach, and I help fellow artists in recovery who want to get over their bullshit and into their dream lives already. So if you like what I have to offer here, then you should definitely consider working with me one-on-one, because I have a few availabilities to take on individual coaching clients, which I'm really excited to be offering. Hang out to the end of this video and I'll let you know more about that. All right, so for this first episode, and by the way, I'm going to break these into themes. And next month's theme, a little sneak peek for you, is about rejection. But the theme this month, we've already been talking a lot in other videos about how to deal with noisy neighbors. So today's exercise is about that. And it's an exposure practice therapy that I sort of came up with for myself. With awesome, surprising results. And funny enough, I actually had the opportunity to do that right before I recorded this video because 'tis the season for the yard work people to come and raise a fucking hellacious ruckus with the lawnmowers and the weed whackers and the edgers and the shouting at each other about the work they're doing and then the fucking leaf blowers, and it's just it's a lot of noise, and they really didn't care that I was about to make a video for all y'all, so I decided to just take the opportunity to practice this exercise, make sure I gave it my thumbs up of approval, and I do, it worked, and that's why I'm in a good mood right now, instead of like, fuck it, fuck this video, fuck my life, just how it used to be for sure. So, all right, so if you've been watching my other videos, you know that I've had a hell of a time dealing with noisy neighbors. And as I share, and my premise as a coach is it's actually not them causing my suffering. It was my own thinking about it. But for years, I would scream and cry and rage and practice meditation. And I've come a really long way with that particular stress. One thing I realized I was not doing was just facing it head on. I was so afraid of the sounds because of the thoughts that came up whenever I heard my noisy neighbors, and because of the feelings that came up in me, which were super uncomfortable. So I would just panic and try to resist and hide from it all. And I would fight. So this looked like fight or flight, because basically that's what was being triggered in this super stressful situation. I would either fight by raging out, retaliating somehow, screaming at them, banging on walls or whatever, or I would flee into headphones or throw in earplugs, turning on fans, physically leaving the apartment. And these tactics, by the way, definitely can be used as a healthy, conscious choice to take care of myself and to get a shift in perspective. But when I'm in flight mode, these things are actually a result of feeling victimized and attacked and leaving me feeling like I'm unable to enjoy my own home. So I decided to try just leaning into it. I knew logically the noise wasn't dangerous, and I was tired of being at odds with it all the time, as I've shared before. I was tired of running. I was tired of feeling like, on edge every time it started. So I thought, what if I just leaned into it? What if I just went to the source of this thing? As I said, I knew it wasn't physically harmful. Nothing wrong was actually happening. But I was just reacting because of fear and because of this desire to resist and avoid my uncomfortable emotions. Plus, I was having really disempowering thoughts that got triggered and would play on a loop in my mind and drove me nuts. These kind of thoughts about like, it's not fair, I'm trapped here, I can't deal with this, those kind of things. So what I decided to do was to just practice allowing it. And next time I heard the neighbor's music start or whatever sound was pissing me off, I went to the part of my house where I could hear it most clearly, where it was the loudest. And I didn't put any earplugs in. I turned off any fans or white noise thing that I had going. And I just stood there and breathed slowly and deeply and just listened actively. Like, I just let the sound wash over me. I allowed it. I set a timer for 3 minutes. This is a key part of this exercise, because if you're like me and you were having like a PTSD response to these kind of things, or if it's ultra triggering for you, it's going to feel like you can't do it or you're unwilling to do it. And so you need to, be kind to yourself and tell that part of you that's afraid or really angry or stressed out that, hey, we're only doing this for a very limited amount of time. I was able to start with only 3 minutes. Maybe even just 1 minute works for you, but bring a timer and set it so that you know there's an end to this. It doesn't just feel like torture for torture's sake. And then I also gave myself permission to run away and distract and avoid the sound however I needed to once the timer went off. But for those 3 minutes, I was to just stand there and breathe and allow it and allow the sounds to just wash over me. And I told myself while I did that I was okay, that I was safe, that this actually wasn't so bad and that I could handle it. And then once the timer goes off, go get away from it, soothe yourself if you need to do that. Be easy with yourself and congratulate yourself. Like, it sounds silly, but if you're here watching these videos and you've been watching my videos so far, you know it's not silly. Like, it's a real source of stress for a lot of people, and it can be hard to get yourself to face it like this or to just be with it head on. So congratulate yourself for trying this, and then maybe try it a little longer next time. But for now, when you do this exercise and the timer goes off, just let yourself know that you did good, and a little bit is a great start. So I was really pleasantly surprised by the results of this exercise. Had quite a few benefits and a surprise bonus. The benefits were that I was reprogramming my brain to understand that this situation was not as big of a deal as I had been believing. So I really had some fucked up habits going on. Like I said, a lot of it from old trauma, past experiences, things of that nature, to where I was having a really disproportionate response to what was going on. I wasn't seeing it in a realistic view. I was feeling this exaggerated reaction to it, and I needed to retrain myself to soothe that and to calm down and to kind of get in a right perspective around it. So by letting myself just be there instead of automatically running from it or having the habitual reactions to it, I realized and taught myself gradually that it was bearable. It's not that big of a deal. And I didn't have to just automatically freak out whenever I started to hear my neighbors. And then the surprise bonus was that one time I actually just broke into this huge smile and felt my body relax. And I realized that I felt amazing. And that was huge, because then I, viscerally understood that I could feel good no matter what was happening. So it helped me get over like a fundamental belief I was having in this situation, was that I can't be happy or at peace or relaxed while this is going on. And when I just like let it happen and then started to feel good in spite of that sound, I realized, oh, my feeling good is totally independent of what is happening outside of me. And that was radical. I mean, that's the ultimate goal. That's what I teach. That's what I coach other people around. So it was great. So yeah, try it Tuesday. Go try it yourself. If you're dealing with noisy neighbors, challenge yourself for 3 minutes a few times this week, to just really let yourself hear it and be with the sounds. Do it every day if you want to be like a rock star, extra credit A student. Do it, just try it a few days this week. That's awesome. And even if you only try it once, that's great too. And guess what else? Even if you don't have an issue with annoying loud neighbors, this can work with any difficult emotion or situation that you stress about or avoid or feel like you get into that fight or flight response about. So just lean in, take it in full blast, breathe through it, take nice, slow, calming, deep breaths, tell yourself that you're okay, and just notice what shifts. The important thing about this exercise too is to not get all wrapped up in like fixing yourself or having a result There's no end goal here. You're just experimenting with what happens if I just let it be the way it is and let myself be exposed to it without trying to buffer it or block it or run away from it. And just notice what happens for you. And then come back here and share in the comments what it was like for you. Was it hard? Did you do it at all? If you didn't, why not? If you did, what was it like? And I'm going to practice it some more myself this week too, and I'll let you know how it goes. And and I'll just wrap up with saying, if you're interested in getting private coaching from me, then shoot me an email at amandagoldmakesart@gmail.com. And then I'll also be seeing you Thursday when I'll be back here with a new video for another weekly fun series that I'm kicking off, because I just love you all so much and I want to give and give and give you all the things, and I have tons of ideas and I just want to create lots of value for you all in these crazy times. So thank you so much for watching, and I'm excited to see what comes up for us when we practice this stuff together. Take care of yourself, and I will see you soon. Bye.